Mrs. Elton was a little shocked at the want of 2 drawing rooms, at the poor attempt at rout cakes, and there being no ice in the Highbury card parties. The snobbish Mrs. Elton, who arrives halfway through Jane Austen's 1815 novel Emma as the wife of the rector, the Reverend Elton, is a snobbish woman from Bath. Coming with £10,000 to her name, she is shocked when she enters the provincial society of Highbury. She's particularly appalled at the rout cakes that she eats. Rout cakes were small rich fruit cakes made with brandy that were commonly eaten at assemblies or large gatherings, otherwise known as routs. My recipe makes 12 rout cakes, enough for a small gathering, but if you want a larger number, then you can scale up the quantities. You want to begin by presetting the oven to 180 degrees centigrade. That's 160 degrees in a fan oven or gas mark 4. You also need to grease and line a baking tray. Begin by taking 150 grams of plain flour and a pinch of salt that you have already sieved and put that into a large mixing bowl. Then you need to add in 50 grams of butter at room temperature that you rub in with the ends of your fingers to make a crumbly mixture. Once the butter is all rubbed into the flour, then you need to stir in 50 grams of caster sugar. To the dry ingredients, you need to add 1 small egg that you've beaten and mixed with 2 teaspoons of freshly squeezed orange juice and 2 teaspoons of brandy. If you're making these rout cakes for children, you can always replace the brandy with additional orange juice. So mix in the liquid to make a smooth mixture. Then finally add in the zest of half an orange, grated zest of half an orange, and 40 grams of currants. If you want, and I've experimented with this, you can replace the currants with chocolate chips. That goes down very well with children. And I'm sure you could also use other dried fruit, glacé cherries, nuts and so on. So just feel free to experiment. Okay, once the zest and the currants are mixed in, then you are ready to get your rout cakes ready to put in the oven. You just drop teaspoons of the mixture, they don't have to look particularly elegant, onto your baking sheet. And they need to go into the oven for 20 to 25 minutes until lightly golden brown. So your rout cakes should be ready around 20 to 25 minutes after you put them in the oven. Rout cakes that even Mrs. Elton would be pleased to eat. I highly recommend them dusted with icing sugar. Delicious.